Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to STEMwithKino.com. I've been getting a couple emails, and today I would like to talk about the traffic pattern. So when will we be flying in the traffic pattern? We'd be flying in the traffic pattern if we were practicing takeoffs and landings. Otherwise, you take off and you go to your particular, whatever airport you're going to go to, or whatever particular area you're going to sightsee. If it's for recreational purposes. So today we are using runway 36 in this case, and we can see that the wind is coming towards us, and we always want to take off and land into the wind to make sure that our ground speeds are as slow as possible. Just want to make sure I'm hitting everything. Okay, so we have a standard traffic pattern. Typically, excuse me, I'll burp a little bit. Soda. This is a left-hand traffic pattern. So this is depicted by left-hand turns. So you would take off in the upwind or departure leg. You would turn left crosswind, left downwind, base, and then you would land final approach. Now here's the thing. You could do a straight-out departure. You could do a departure 45 degrees to the left, or you could actually be coming back. So you're coming from another airport and you're going to land on runway 36. So you would come in with, you would be entering a downwind on a 45 degree, enter the downwind, base, final, and then you would land. All right. So there's many variations, different types of situations we could find ourselves in. But today's focus is on the left-hand traffic pattern. Now you could have right-hand traffic, but it will be depicted in the airport facility directory or just the basic publications for that airport. So it would be the polar opposite. This would still be the upwind leg, but it'd be right crosswind, right downwind, right base, and then final. All right. So the final and the departure upwind legs do not change. All right. Be it left or right-hand traffic. Okay, so today's little trip is going to take us to a place I used to flight instruct at. This is Trenton Mercer Airport. Okay, and we're going to be using runway 34. We have 624 there. If we wanted to, we could pull up a little airport diagram, and we could actually see. Let's put this to the side. I wish I could get rid of this. There we can. Okay. So as we open up this airport diagram, we can actually see the runway 34. We can zoom in a little bit. Okay, so runway 34 is right there. 3416. I can zoom in even tighter if you like. Okay, so that is runway 34. And I recommend you guys having like instrument approach plates because of the airport diagrams. There's a wealth of information here. You can see all the taxiways and things of that nature. So basically, we're going to fly a right-hand traffic pattern. Sorry, left-hand. So we're going to take off. We're going to make a crosswind, downwind, base, and then final approach leg. All right. So yeah, definitely skyvector.com. You can see that up there in the address box. I highly recommend this for anybody that's in flight training, or even if you're training professionally, because I use this every time I fly. So shout out to the guys at skyvector.com. Okay, so I guess there's nothing else to do but get into it. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, here we go. Okay, so we can see runway 34 here, and we can see that we're at taxiway Echo and 34. And again, I recommend that you guys use your airport diagram, because we can see that we're here on the field at Echo, taxiway Echo, and 34. So that's how we know where we're supposed to be. In addition, we have hold short lines. We do not break these lines until we're ready to take the active runway. In this case, or in this tutorial, the active runway is 34, and we don't cross these lines until we know that the runway is clear, nobody's on approach, or short. It could be on a long approach, but not short field approach. And there's like a little thing that I do concerning that. All right, so let's get ourselves positioned here, and we will unpause it, and we will add a little bit of throttle, and then back off a little bit, and we'll get ourselves lined up. Okay, so that's a pretty decent lineup there. Let's jump into the cockpit. Okay, now what we can do to kind of save us some grief and anxiety is we can kind of here look at our heading indicator, and we actually have a heading bug we can set. So we can set this heading bug to 3-4, and of course indicator 3-4 as well. So we're basically going to be making 90-degree turns. So we'll be watching this gauge to make sure that we are executing 90-degree turns, and that's set up. Okay, so we're going to take off and we're going to go right into our upwind leg. So here we go. Airspeed alive. Set our trim for takeoff, positive brake. Gear up. Traffic pattern altitude is 1,200 feet. So that's what we're climbing. Just ground track. Okay, and we'll make our adjustments to make sure. So I see that I drifted off to the left of the extended center line, and I'm correcting right. Get back on as I climb out simultaneously. So you can be looking out of the back of the window and making that adjustment. We're still climbing at 1,200. 1,100. And we'll reduce power to cruise power. And we'll execute a left turn. We clear left, make sure no traffic is out there, turning left. Using the altitude, making our adjustments and retrimming. Now we are in the crossing leg. We'll identify the airfield if we can see it. I'll go ahead and execute the left down. Now there's a reason why I set up this. I know that when I level out and this thing is going straight up and down, I'm parallel with the runway. I can see the runway out here to the left. This is the particular runway that we took off from. This is straight up and down, and this tells me that on parallel with the runway. So that's our bubble. Altitude's good. Right midfield, almost from what we call midfield position. Just doing some trimming. We're slightly high on altitude, correct? We're past the beginning point. So gear is always down on the downwind. Fuel power reduction. And we'll start a descent. Nice and easy. Still parallel with the runway. And we're going to execute our base leg. So we're simultaneously turning and descending, because that is the objective, to land, to get down. We don't want to get too low, because we want to always put ourselves in a position that so that if we lose our engine, we can make the field. Okay, turn the final. Okay, slightly to the right, uncorrected. Now, slightly below glide path, corrected. Now, this particular aircraft holds like a really slightly nose-high attitude, so for the most part, it may be blocking the runway a little bit. So, for orientation, we want to kind of fly this kind of high. Okay, we're above glide path. And we're engaging the center line. And you have to remember, for most of this part of this, for the part of this landing around out in the flare, this nose is actually going to be blocking the runway. So you're going to have to use your side positions for orientation to the left and the right of the nose. I got the runway made. I don't need any more power. Okay, there's a round out. We'll just level off above the field. And then we flare to aerodynamically settle down. Now, I've flown this a little bit long because I don't have my virtual reality glasses on. Okay, so we're down. Okay, so that was the upwind, crosswind, left downwind, or left crosswind, left downwind, left base, and then we executed the final approach leg. So I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Please like and subscribe, and thanks for watching.